So I'm going to demo the Chapter 6 Skills Exercise 2 SNAP exercise because several of you have had some issues with this one, and it is rather picky about how you do things. So if you don't do things the way that it wants you to, it will mark it wrong. So I'm going to go ahead and start walking through this. Make sheet 2 active, define a style named CO6. And so the O here is a 0. CO6 heading that contains the following formatting. So they want the font to be 14 point, horizontal alignment in the center. They want borders, and they want the fill, and then they want lighter 80%. So what you have to do with this is go into new cell style. And we're going to call this thing CO6 heading. And then you have to click on format. And if you try to do this any other way, it will mark it wrong. Okay, so make sure you do all the formatting in format cells that you accessed through creating the new style. So now they're saying they want 14 point Cambria. So I'm going to come down here and I'm going to do the old-fashioned scrolling rather than typing it in. So I've got Cambria and bold and 14. And then they want dark blue under standard. And then I'm going to go into alignment. And for horizontal, I'm going to choose center. And then I'm going to go into borders. They want the top and the bottom in standard dark blue. So the line is selected and that's fine. I'm going to pick dark blue and then I'm just going to click at the top and at the bottom. And then for the fill, they want gold accent for lighter 80%. So it should be this one. So they're saying second row, 8th column. Yep. So I'm going to go ahead. At this point, I should have all the formatting done. So I'm going to click OK. And then I'm going to click OK again. So that one is done. So I'm going to move on to the next. Define a style name, CO6 subheading, that contains the following. Now they want this done the exact same way. So I've got to go into new cell style. I'm going to give it the name CO6 subheading. And I'm going to hit format. So for the font, they want Cambria again. And I'm using my scroll wheel just because it's just a little faster than clicking. So I've got Cambria, 12 point and bold, and dark blue. And then we'll go into alignment, and they do want center here. And then for borders, they want that same solid dark blue and top and bottom. I'm just going to manually set those. And then in fill, they want green accent 6, lighter 80%. So it's this one. So I'm going to go ahead at this point and click OK. I believe I've gotten all of their requirements. And I'm going to click OK again. And so I can see both of those styles now in my style grouping here. So I'm going to click on next. And they want one called CO6 column. So this is going to be the same procedure. So I'm going to go ahead and do CO6 column, hit format. So for number, let's see, at the style dialog box, click the number checkbox to remove the check mark. Now let me see if I'm in the right spot. A checkbox. Okay, for that first option, I'm going to cancel out of here. I got to get back to here and remove the check mark next to number. Then I can go into format. That was a tricky one. And go into font and choose Cambria. Again, I'm using my scroll wheel. And this is going to be 12 point, standard dark blue. And then I'm going to go to fill. And so it's that same green fill here. And now I'm going to click OK. And I've removed the check mark next to number, so I should be good. And I'm going to click OK. And so now I also have my column. And I'm going to click on the next button. And we're going to go back to sheet 1 and apply some of this wonderful formatting. So in sheet 1, we're going to select A1 and A2 and apply the CO6 heading style. And then we're going to select A5 through C5. Are basically our column headings. And we're going to do the CO6 subheading. And then we're going to select A6 through A17, our row headings. So they want the CO6 column style. Modify the CO6 heading style so it changes the font color to green, accent 6 darker 50%, instead of dark blue. I'm going to go up here and I'm going to right click on my CO6 heading style and choose modify. And what they're wanting me to modify is the formatting. So I'm going to go into format. And they want me to change the font color. Last column, 6th row. So they want the dark cream. That's the very last one. So let's go ahead. We'll pick that. And we want the vertical alignment set to center. And they want the top and bottom borders in green, which is that same dark shade of green. So we'll go to border. And let's change it to the dark green. Make sure single line is selected. And then we're just going to kind of remove the line by clicking and put the new one in. And then we're going to click OK. And then we will click OK again. So you should have seen automatically your text adjust because we've applied that heading style to those cells already. So let's go ahead and click on next. Modify the CO6 subheading style. And so I'm going to kind of move to a subheading cell, right click and modify. And go into format, and now they're telling me they want green accent 6 darker 50% for the font. It's that same very dark one. And they want the top and bottom border in green. So I'm just going to make sure the old one is gone and the new one is inserted in green. And that looks like all they want changed here. I'm going to go ahead and click OK. And those changes should be applied. And finally, they want to modify your CO6 column style, so it's going to be the same thing. I'm going to format. They want the color to be green. And let's make sure, yep, that same shade. And that's the only change they want. So we'll click OK and OK again. And now we will check our answer. Okay, so hopefully that will help you go through this exercise and get it correct.